On the variety show, I was forced to message top idol Jackson, asking, "What color are your underwear?" He replied in an instant, "Didn't you see what I wore this morning?" When I ignored him, he quietly added, "The light pink bear underwear you bought. Don't worry, I didn't secretly switch them out." Within an hour, our names shot up the trending list. The entire internet was shocked. Are these sisters really living so well? You dare say I can't hear it. So the seemingly cool guy has to obediently wear the soft pink underwear picked by his girlfriend. Heh. I'll say it first. Jackson, please post a photo for proof. During a break, my agent pushed me into a popular variety show, but the host suddenly laughed lewdly during a game segment. The next game requires the participation of our guest stars. Each of you needs to contact your on-screen CP from your last drama and ask them the trending question, "What color are your underwear?" Let's see their reaction. Is this really allowed in the entertainment industry? I might as well ask him how many centimeters his little brother is. The audience reacted enthusiastically. Fans were loudly calling out CP names from certain couples. I looked up to recall the other guest stars' collaborators. Unfortunately, it seemed Jessica and Tommy were paired with me. Just as the host called her out, though she seemed reluctant, her tone was perfectly coy. "My co-star from my last drama is Jackson." Before she could finish, there was another round of cheers. Jackson, the top-tier star with a cold demeanor, barely speaks. Aside from promoting his works and endorsement activities, he almost gave up all other exposure. Fans even celebrated after discovering he privately enjoys red bean cakes for an entire week. It's said his studio received a total of 1.5 tons of red bean cakes. Unable to finish them, they ended up donating to disaster areas to avoid waste. Just thinking about my friend messaging Jackson about his underwear color makes my blood boil. Jessica reluctantly waited for the cheers to die down and continued, "Although Jackson was just a guest, we had a great time working together, which is why I dared to message him. Everyone knows, when Jackson doesn't smile, he's quite intimidating. When I see him, I feel like a mouse in front of a cat." Tilda, she jokingly teased herself. But what was that inexplicable shyness about? Some excited CP fans in the audience couldn't contain themselves, yelling their ship name. "Fueling Stars couple, get married on the spot. I'll bring your bed over." I raised my eyebrow silently. Wait, isn't that bigamy a crime? I thought with Jessica messaging Jackson, I could change the subject, but the host wouldn't let me off the hook. "You guys are really hungry for attention. You wouldn't even pass up bitter tea." I can't guarantee, what Jackson says won't get him banned. Hopefully, he isn't stupid enough to realize this is just a variety game. The smartphones of the 7 guests were lined up on the big screen, and the same person was messaging both Jessica and me. Her contact for Jackson was labeled *11. Mine was just my full name. Her chat history was kept, albeit blurred for privacy, but the interface on her phone displayed a warm and friendly conversation. Meanwhile, my chat history was empty due to normal maintenance. It looked like I wasn't friendly with Jackson at all, maybe even a bit resentful. At the same time, viewers flooded into the livestream. What the heck? Is the variety show going this crazy? If they expose a real couple, that would be hilarious. What's up with Jessica and that label? Does 11 mean something? Probably his birthday. Jackson's birthday is May the 11th. Not really. If it's a birthday, it usually includes both month and day. OMG, I found out. 11 means just friends, almost lovers, almost partners, almost family, because all have 12 strokes in Chinese characters. A beginner-level secret crush label. Crying, cats do pin down mice. This is getting a bit ambiguous. Hey, are those sisters speaking Chinese? How rough. I'm too excited. Who do you think will reply first, Star or Jackson? Clearly Jessica. They might both have secret crushes. The other looks like they aren't that familiar with Jackson. I nervously stared at the big screen, praying Jackson wouldn't respond to me. Half a minute later, while Jessica's phone remained silent, a typing indicator popped up in my chat. I'm truly done. Men are like this, lively where they shouldn't be and startlingly dull, where they should be. Whatever, even if you just cuss me out, it'd still be better than this awkward silence. Didn't you see what I wore this morning? I didn't see anything. Who said that? This is just defamation. I could barely open my eyes this morning. When I ignored him, he quietly added, "It's still your light pink bear underwear. Don't worry, I didn't secretly switch them out, but it's actually a bit small." Small my ass. Are you feeling very confident about that? Cough. Well, maybe you should. If I had known, I would have dated more. I wouldn't be left with no reference. After 3 seconds of silence in the whole venue, a sharp noise erupted. The host looked stunned, trying to regain control. Haha, does Jackson know this meme? That was a pretty creative response. I wonder, what interesting answer he'll give over on Jessica's side. Just as she mentioned it, all eyes were back on Jessica's phone screen. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Jackson appeared to have totally missed her message. There was no typing indicator at all. Jessica barely maintained her smile, pretending to shrug it off. Maybe Jackson is frantically Googling the second way to respond tilde. However, Jackson was still fixated on our chat, patiently waiting for my response. Jackson, how about a video call? You can check for yourself. My eyes went dark. I nearly wished I could reach through the screen to give him a beating. Shut up. Don't attract the network administrator. In fact, the comments in the live stream weren't any better. Are they a couple? Did I lose internet? Nothing was hinted at. Just enjoy the drama. These two aren't idols living off a single status. Are these sisters really doing so well? You dare say I can't hear it. So the cool guy, who looks aloof, has to obediently wear the soft pink underwear picked by his girlfriend. Heh. I'll say it first. Jackson, please post a picture to prove your innocence. Why isn't Jackson replying to Jessica? That's rude. Yeah, Jessica is about to cry. She has a reason to. Right. Fans shouldn't be too pampering. It's just a variety segment. We don't even know if there's a script. Looking at the frantic director off stage, I knew the bear underwear was going to dominate tonight's trending topics. Shay, I really should have asked the seller for advertising fees when I bought it. Can't treat a fly's leg like meat. I took a deep breath and tried to calm myself down. It was impossible for anyone to believe a straight denial. I had to find a different way to explain. With hundreds of thousands of eyes inside and outside the venue, I slowly typed out a few lines. Luna received. Luna is blushing. Luna says don't look. Teacher Jackson is out of character. Should we say hello to everyone at the variety show? Luna is the character I play in the new drama with Jackson. Damn, I'm such a genius for turning this around. Self-revealing my relationship while adding heat to the show is a whole different ballgame. Anyway, the new drama is about to be promoted, so let this be a designed segment for promotion, and I'll get free marketing out of it, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Even if I don't act anymore, I can definitely become a top-tier marketing guru. Hey, hopefully, Jackson understands my hint and doesn't mess things up again. After a brief silence, he promptly initiated a video call. The working actors smartly enlarged my screen, overshadowing Jessica's awkward chat window. Hello everyone, I'm Jackson. His cold brows and straight, expressionless lips filled the screen. His popularity is indeed high. The audience's cheers nearly blew the studio apart. But seriously, I can't figure out how a face this strong could attract more attention than soft pink underwear. I sighed, maintaining an attitude of not understanding but respecting. I shifted my focus to Jackson. He should be on set, casually leaning back in his chair. A few messy strands of hair were pinned back with a silver clip, his expression neutral. It's as if the one who just desperately hoped I'd reply wasn't him at all. What can I say? He seemed like an emotionless promotional tool. I'm very glad to work with teacher Marcia Dickens, and even more excited to meet with our audience with the new drama. This was just a little surprise for everyone. I hope you all can support us. With Jackson making an appearance, the ratings for this episode would undoubtedly explode. After receiving nods from the production team, the host excitedly threw a topic at him, eager to prolong this segment. I have to hand it to Jessica for keeping her cool. Even in this situation, she managed to time her upbeat greeting to Jackson perfectly. Even teasingly quipped, "Teacher Jackson works so hard he barely has time to reply to my messages." No, please, sister, after a few bites of food, don't get so wasted. It sounds like we just have a work relationship, and you two have something personal going on. Crying. I thought I'd heard some juicy gossip, and you tell me it's just promotional stuff. Which marketing genius came up with this idea? I'm done. I had my gift money ready, just for this, just this. On the bright side, it's only Marcia Dickens that could compel Jackson to promote so earnestly. How could they not be shippable? I don't care. I bet this is a cover-up after their relationship was almost exposed. Same here. Where are the paparazzi? Where are the secretaries? I want to see their kissing video within 24 hours. After the show ended, I slipped backstage, scrolling through public reactions. Some believed, some didn't. I released a breath of relief. Anything that's not a direct hit at us sleeping in the same bed yesterday is better. My agent, Michael, also called, saying both teams had discussed and confirmed the promotional plans. They aim to launch the new drama this month to avoid any prolonged developments. My sister's cleverness. There's no need for PR to come up with solutions anymore. One person is a whole team. Tilda. I blissfully took off the jacket the production team matched for me, and strolled into the dressing room. With a loud bang, the door behind me slammed shut, cutting off my assistant Ella from the outside. The lock knob was being twisted furiously, and I could see Ella's anxiety. Marcia Dickens, what's wrong? I glanced at Jessica Tommy, leaning against the wall with a raised eyebrow. While I comforted Ella outside, I sank into the sofa. It's fine. Ella, could you grab me a cup of black coffee? Once the person outside walked away, I didn't rush. I fixed my gaze on Jessica Tommy, who couldn't contain herself and spoke up first, her eyes filled with curiosity and caution. What's your relationship with Jackson? Jessica Tommy, I don't think I need to explain my relationship with him to you. Oh, have you been talking behind my back? How dare you question me like that? Calmly, I waited for her to continue. As for work, I don't mind, but I hope you don't develop any personal feelings for him. Jessica Tommy tilted her chin, unlocking her phone. She waved the chat interface with Jackson in front of me. Jessica Tommy, Jackson, thanks for taking me home last night. Tilda. Jessica Tommy, I might have had a bit too much to drink and held on to you tightly. The chat time was from early yesterday morning. Jackson replied with, no worries. Get it, Jackson and I would make a couple in the future. Having said that, Jessica Tommy smugly tucked her phone away. I suddenly laughed, propping my head on one side to look at her. Oh, sounds good. I wish you both 100 years of happiness. Just let me know when you're getting married. I'll give a big red envelope. Just kidding. I wouldn't really believe such a thing from you. Leaving aside what Jackson is like, aren't you the one who's questionable? Jessica Tommy appeared as if I had punched a pillow, momentarily silencing her. In the end, unwilling to concede, she shot me a fierce glare. You better truly think that way. Her heels clacked as she walked away, and my phone vibrated twice. It was Jackson. I bought you your favorite spicy rabbit heads and pistachio ice cream. Picture. I rolled my eyes at him through the screen. Rabbit heads. The commotion outside is overwhelming, and you're still worried about whether to have them spicy or with 5 spice. Because of the trending topic, paparazzi following me noticeably increased. It took me 3 different cars to finally get home safely that night. The food was laid out on the dining table, and I could hear the sound of water running from the master bathroom. Jackson probably hadn't been back for too long. After a while, Jackson came out wrapped in a towel. His short hair was half dry, casually slicked back, revealing his smooth forehead. Water droplets trailed down his collarbone, flowing over his strong muscles, finally disappearing into the white towel. This dog man, is he trying to seduce me? I pretended to cover my eyes, but honestly, I felt I was losing by not taking another glance. Someone's being inappropriate. I'll call the cops. Jackson chuckled lightly and wrapped his arms around me. Then go ahead and call the cops. I'll just hug you. As I was about to step back, his grip tightened, and he buried his head into my neck. Hey, I've been wearing this all day. It's not clean. No problem. I can wash it again. His voice was muffled, most of his weight pressing down on me. I pushed him harder. Get up. Let's talk business. Jackson changed into a dark blue lagere and lazily settled into the single sofa in the bedroom. He obviously didn't care much about what happened today. I crossed my arms. Be honest. Did you do it on purpose today? Jackson shook his head, a bit helpless. You're pinned at the top, and I clicked directly to reply. As for Jessica Tommy, her messages were most likely pushed down by the group chat. I didn't notice at all. During filming, aside from your messages, I don't read anything. That's acceptable enough, I guess. But just when I thought it was over, Jackson murmured in protest. However, it made me unreasonably happy. I thought you genuinely cared about the color of my underwear today. Cough, cough. I shot him a glare, annoyed. Watch the interrogation record. Yes, Marcia Dickens. You continue. Jackson smiled slyly, elongating his tone like we were in some scandalous play. I really think Jackson's mind is just filled with useless thoughts. He's nearly driven me mad. I steadied myself and extended my right hand toward him. He blinked, puzzled, before naturally taking my hand to kiss the back of it. He really got to me. All this lovey-dovey nonsense every day. I slapped his hand away, pretending to be angry. Second matter, give me your phone for a surprise check. Jackson complied, handing it over willingly. Honestly, I had no idea what his password could be. His birthday, mine, or the date he debuted. Forget it, I don't want to guess. I simply aimed the screen at his face for a quick unlock. Once unlocked, I found Jackson's phone interface as clean as if a swarm of locusts had passed through. The wallpaper seemed almost untouched. Wait, is this a smartphone or a flip phone for the elderly? It's even simpler than what my dad uses. While holding back my sarcastic thoughts, I successfully opened his chat with Jessica Tommy. From early yesterday morning at 8, Jessica Tommy, Jackson. Thanks for taking me home last night, Tilda. Jessica Tommy, I might have had a bit too much to drink and held on to you tightly. Jackson, no worries. Jackson, you were actually holding my assistant. Jackson, he was the one who took you back. Jackson, and you're older than me, so don't call me, bro. I'm not in the habit of claiming little sisters. Reading the full chat history, I couldn't help but burst out laughing. PFFT. Little did you know that you were holding my assistant. Jessica Tommy probably wanted to act tipsy but genuinely got drunk, losing track of who it was. Haha. Seeing me laugh, Jackson curiously tilted his head. What's funny? I handed the phone back to him, sharing the story about Jessica Tommy from today. But suddenly, how did I find myself in his embrace? You sneaky little brat, you're just eyeing my looks and figure. But to be honest, having him as a human cushion isn't bad at all. His muscles, still firm in a relaxed state, were comfortable to lean against. The air-conditioned room kept him pleasantly warm. He radiated the clean scent of having just showered, which felt incredibly reassuring. I swayed my feet while finishing the story. Jessica Tommy must have deleted the last few messages you sent, creating a misleading impression. But what does she gain from it? It's so clumsy and easily seen through. Jackson didn't seem to mind, long fingers playing with my hair. In a husky voice, he responded, clumsy yet effective. When a lie is accepted as truth, it's hard to reverse. Jackson paused, his tone growing warmer. Maybe today you judged me too harshly based on a chat record. Maybe there's something I truly don't want you to see on my phone. Maybe we wouldn't talk to each other until this matter faded into a silent wound with no proof. All these possibilities started because of her deceit. Actually, having the courage to ask questions and exchanging sincerity is a rare quality in people, and you happen to embody that. The night was soothing like water, and moonlight quietly spilled into his obsidian eyes, dotted with stars. In his embrace, my face flushed, heart racing. This person actually has a serious side that feels quite human. Feeling cheerful, I teasingly retorted, so are you that kind of person? Jackson pretended to think, but before I knew it, he hugged me tightly and stood up. The instinctive grip around his neck seemed to please Jackson. He returned to that teasing tone of his. Marcia Dickens, I'm a upstanding citizen. I'm already so genuine that I can't wait for you to experience the softness of my bear-themed underwear. What do you think you're doing? I praised you too early. You beast. You've lost your humanity. When I lay half dead on the bed, refusing to move, I knew I wouldn't be having those spicy rabbit heads today. Jackson, on the other hand, was annoyingly energetic. He even leisurely leaned back against the headboard, watching the movie I acted in when I debuted. You've watched it 34 times, and you know the lines better than I do as the lead. Aren't you tired of it? I yawned, staring blankly at the tablet screen. Wherever you are is never boring. TSK, TSK, TSK. This little guy must have picked up some flirting courses. Nice, keep it up. Just then, the movie reached the classic scene, where the male lead presents a handmade grass ring as an innocent confession. Jackson suddenly spoke. How about we go public? So sudden. After being tossed around, I didn't have the strength to think and began to argue without hesitation. You know, my goal is to stand on a reputable award stage before I turn 30. I don't want to rely on anyone's fame, nor do I want people to associate me with others when they mention me. I want to stand there clear and dignified, receiving the honors belonging to Marcia Dickens, the actress. Jackson frowned slightly, thinking seriously. Why not become a part of your circle? Would that be considered me riding your coattails? I can't believe he thought of such an odd and outdated suggestion. I half-jokingly said. Fans would probably think we've both lost it. To my surprise, Jackson suddenly pouted. He turned away and scooted further away from me on the bed. You always have a point. The warm yellow bedside lamp outlined his figure, and at that moment, Jackson curled up like a wounded puppy. Don't think I don't know you're eyeing that little safe on your nightstand. He likes to hug it whenever he's upset. That safe was secretly bought when he registered our marriage. Since then, I've never seen the marriage certificate again because it's locked inside. Jewelry and watches are all displayed on the outside, yet the marriage certificate is kept safe and sound. Forget it, forget it. Men need to be pampered. I nudged his back and teased. You're not crying, are you, Tilda? Jackson coldly replied. No. Clearing my throat, I added in a sing-song voice. My God, Jackson, has anyone told you that you look particularly cute when you're angry? Jackson visibly froze, then awkwardly turned around, eyes closed as he quietly shifted back into position to embrace me. Shut up and sleep. He, little man, so easy to manipulate. Looks like I have potential as a male psychologist, Tilda. Tomorrow I'm publishing a book titled Deep Affection, The Secret Lover of Marcia Dickens. The negotiations between the agency and the platform went smoothly, and Jackson and I's new drama successfully launched in 20 days. With a strong production team and careful crafting, the popularity quickly climbed to the top of the platform, subtly breaking historical records. I'm also someone with a hit show in hand now. Due to the variety show incident, Jackson and I had to promote it vigorously. This indirectly led to many more couple moments during the roadshows. For example, today, because the male lead in the drama ordered a ring, but never got the chance to give it, the production team arranged for Jackson to kneel and propose, calling it a way to make up for the regrets in the story. It was quite a spectacle, making it feel like a real event. The camera flashes were restless as I held a big bouquet of white roses amidst the creative team's surround, watching Jackson kneel on one knee, placing a brilliant yellow ring on my finger. I recognized that the ring was identical to the one in the show, but surprisingly, it fit my finger perfectly. Jackson rarely showed his charming smile in front of the camera, as he recited the unspoken words of the male lead in the drama. I wish to grow old with Luna. Before his words ended, the audience went wild. Mom, I was born we three living happily together is better than anything. Kiss her, I'll airlift the marriage bureau here. The uproar was deafening, lingering even as we moved to the next part. Jackson seemed to have taken some crazy medicine. Instead of standing correctly, he kept trying to inch closer to me. Does he think the couple concept wasn't successful enough? I pulled the microphone away and quietly asked him, "What are you doing?" He glanced at me and whispered, "Don't mess up the ring later." Is he seriously treating this like a real proposal? Am I supposed to keep this ring and offer it in cents monthly? Noticing I was going off track, Jackson chuckled softly. This one isn't a prop, it's real. What? Hey, are you saying this diamond ring, which looks to be at least 10 carats, is real? No wonder it fit so well today. I thought I had gained weight. In disbelief, I lifted my left hand, the ring snugly on my fourth finger. shining brilliantly. Oh my, this could buy a house. Maybe I should just keep it. Jackson didn't say anything more, mischievously winking before turning to answer questions from the audience. The light accentuated his handsome profile. Jackson is stunning, with high cheekbones and deep-set eyes. When his double eyelids raised slightly, he looked sharp yet cold, but he always smiled at me, showing no sign of aggression. He really is quite charming, like a dream slipping into reality. After 6 months of peace, our drama gained attention again by being nominated for a prestigious television award. Jackson was unusually happy and pulled me to celebrate. However, the way he celebrated seemed to only make him happy. I seriously suspect he's using this to avoid wearing those silly bear-patterned underwear. Because in the mornings, I can barely open my eyes to see him. Buzz, buzz, buzz. My phone vibrated non-stop on the bedside table, and I answered it with sheer willpower. On the other end, my agent, Michael, was silent for 2 seconds before speaking. Is it true that Jackson was involved with multiple people while married? What's going on? It's all in Chinese, yet I don't get it at all. Noticing my confusion, Michael continued. I'll send you the thread detailing the situation. I've been in touch with Jackson's team, but I suggest you ask him directly. After all, we're outsiders, and only by confirming the specifics and reaching an agreement can you both handle this better. Michael promptly sent over a screenshot of a post that has been shared 100,000 times. The headline read, 3-word talented actor, suspected of being married and cheating. Instantly, I felt a headache coming on. What's happening? Not only did they dig up the marriage, now they are suggesting infidelity. Rubbing my fingertips, I took a deep breath and clicked in. Rotten Tomatoes Entertainment. Recently, rumors about actor Jackson being married and cheating have gone viral on social media. After sorting through the entire situation, here's a complete timeline for your reference. 1. Early this morning, a former employee from Jackson's studio revealed that he was married in 2020. The employee captured a photo of his visa application from that time, which indicated his marital status as married. See Fig 1. 2. Simultaneously, someone used personal information to find out that Jackson had a custom diamond ring made from a certain brand. The brand claims each identity can only customize one ring. Yet the intriguing part is that Jackson's order was made this year, 4 years after his wedding date. See Fig 2. 3. In a curious trend, netizens dug into Jackson's past. One user restored blurred chat records from the variety show with a female star earlier this year using AI. Jackson seemed unfazed when the female star drunkenly fell into his arms, suggesting a possible ambiguous relationship. See Fig 3. 4. During the promotional period for the popular drama this year, Jackson was also quite open about frequently interacting with the female star, engaging in large-scale PDA. 5. On May 3, 2024, after the promotional activities had concluded, Jackson was filming To Spring in a studio. The day was the birthday of the female lead. After the crew celebrated, Jackson hosted a private celebration for her, where they shared red wine together in a somewhat intimate atmosphere. See Fig 4. From the above, it's apparent that Jackson did not keep a proper distance from various female stars while married. He seems to have been flirting with a girl for almost every project. Hence, netizens suspect that the ring he customized this year is likely meant for someone else and not his wife. As a result, Jackson's previously cool and low-key male god image might be completely shattered. The rest of it I begrudgingly considered to be okay. What's up with the last point about celebrating alone? Enlarging Fig 4, I could catch a glimpse of the captured scene from that day. The image seemed to have been taken by a paparazzo since it wasn't very clear from a distance and through the box windows, but I could still recognize that the guy was Jackson. Of course, the girl wasn't me. The curtain of the box was half drawn, and there seemed to be a haze of intimacy growing. If we set aside everything, this truly was an atmosphere-filled snapshot, with a handsome guy and a beautiful girl sitting together. On the circular table, a cake was slightly visible. Jackson smiled, raising his wine glass towards her. The girl, on the other hand, was bending over with a smile, savoring the aroma of the wine in her glass. All right, you two do your thing. I woke up feeling unnecessary. Due to the implications involving many, the comments section is currently in a state of chaos. Laughing my ass off, All the cool personas in the entertainment industry are falling apart. This guy is savage. Getting married 4 years ago and now it's being uncovered. He hides it well. Is a piece of visa application enough to conclusively prove marriage? Seriously, haters, please use your brains. Come on, whether married or not, it's a fact that he's flirting with so many people. Exactly. That customized ring could be for anyone. Marcia Dickens is truly a victim, going about her business only to be dragged into this mess. They aren't good people either. Jessica and Tommy drunk so much they fell into Simone's arms. They were already drunk. Besides, Jessica and Tommy surely didn't know Jackson was married, so let's not blame them too much. Scumbags are the enemy of humanity. Why are you attacking the girls now? Mom, it's so lively. Everyone's just bashing each other. After reading a few comments, I felt somewhat overwhelmed. I didn't even have the courage to switch to my main account, just as I thought. My homepage must also have a crowd commenting in despair. Rubbing my throbbing temples, my phone buzzed again. Caller ID, Jackson. The persistent ringtone seemed to reflect the caller's anxiety. I pressed the answer button just before it would have hung up automatically. All right, let the explanation begin. Jackson's voice was low for a few seconds before he asked a very trivial question. Are you going to the award ceremony tonight? I softly responded, and Jackson ended the call casually. After the awards, I'll give you an answer. In the beautiful ambience, surrounded by stars and high fashion, the dim light illuminated each expensive haute couture piece. The polite small talk under the spotlight diluted all the underlying tensions. Everything felt dreamy and enchanting. Sitting in my seat, I could clearly feel the subtle gazes directed at me. Tonight, I was not only a popular contender, but also the center of attention. With this much buzz around me, it would be hard not to be noticed. If I didn't win an award, that would be so embarrassing. It's okay if I'm seen as a third wheel, but I can't let my career take a hit. The camera quickly shifted to me, and 3 other actresses nominated for Best Actress. I took a last glance at my phone. The viral rumor about Jackson cheating while married remained high on the trends, showing no sign of cooling down. Some netizens had even concluded this affair was true due to his absence from the award ceremony and the studio's silence. Pushing down my inner turmoil, I forced a shallow smile and awaited the final results. Each word from the host felt like dense beats hitting my nerves. Blood rushed to my head, and my heartbeat soared in response. The stirred-up air in the room heightened my dizziness. All the nominees held their breath, waiting for their names to be called, until the spotlight surrounding me intensified. A wave of applause washed over me, and I feigned calm as I embraced the artist friends around me. Sorry. You can criticize my life, but you can't touch my professionalism. The long skirt trailing by my ankles, I stepped onto the stage, holding my dark red dress up. I felt light as a feather as I gathered myself, smoothly reciting the speech I had prepared for many years. As I finished, I turned toward the camera, which was broadcasting live, when inspiration struck me. In closing, I want to thank someone very important in my life. Unconditional trust may be a double-edged sword, but I firmly believe he will forge the strongest sheath, covered in sweet decorations. To rush over and ask me, look, isn't it beautiful? Wait, I'm here to collect an award. Why do you all look at me so strangely? Frowning, I quickly returned to my seat. I discovered a bouquet of fresh white roses placed on the chair, the petals glistening with dew. Inside, a light golden card was quite conspicuous. It only had one sentence, without any signature. Wishing your wishes come true. My beautiful dream is fulfilled. The handwriting was smooth and stylish, a piece imbued with character. All right, it's undoubtedly Jackson's doing. Only his clumsy hands could scribble such flamboyant wording. What on earth does he mean? Even amidst this backlash, he still finds time to send me flowers. And what does he mean by, my beautiful dream? Before I could ponder deeper, my assistant Ella quietly sneaked over. She looked around as if she were stealing. Hey, you need to see the trending news. What happened? Did Jackson get caught? I can hardly think of anything more explosive than that. The Weibo interface was frozen beyond belief, but I cautiously clicked into the entertainment section. I suddenly noticed that during the 5 or 6 minutes I was on stage, there had been a major shake-up in the trending topics. 1. Pound Jackson Marchatikins pound. 2. Pound Jackson Publiclova Declaration pound. 3. Pound Cheating Guilamarid. False. 4. Pound After various glorifications Jackson diagnosed with low sickness pound. Has the wind shifted this fast? Is Jackson seriously pouring all his assets into buying trending topics? Oh my god, that's shared property between a couple. Just thinking about it is heartbreaking. You can insult my character, but you can't touch my money. Sob sob. Alright, I want to see what you've been up to. As an entertainment industry worker, Jackson hardly posts on Weibo every 10 days or 2 weeks. But today he made a rare exception with 2 posts, both pinned to the top. The most popular one was posted just as I was going on stage, featuring 3 horizontally arranged photos. One was from years ago at the beach, when he proposed to me on one knee. Another showed him holding 2 open marriage certificates. The last was from a promotional event, where he was kneeling again. These striking images added weight to his Weibo caption. I would bow down and pray 1,000 times just to catch a glimpse. I said this dog of a man is getting better at flirting. After such a powerful combo, who wouldn't be confused? Not good. The love sickness is creeping in. I need to quickly binge 2 episodes of a murder mystery to hedge my risks. Holding my emotions steady, let me check what the second post says. This one is clearly much more serious, as Jackson responds directly to all the rumors circulating today without any hesitation. It was a complete and thorough rebuttal. First, he shared the ring certificate, confirming that the yellow diamond he gifted me during the promotional event was indeed custom made. Then, he posted complete chat screenshots with Jessica Tommy, shattering any rumors of romantic involvement. As for the rumors about him celebrating a female co-actor's birthday alone, the truth is absurd, utterly absurd, and I got dragged into it. It turns out that 3 years ago on our wedding anniversary, I once commented that the cake Jackson made was terrible. This year, he was determined to make up for it. Cunning Jackson finally found someone celebrating a birthday, so he made 15 different cakes, and forced everyone to try them. The half-drawn curtains in the private room meant that the paparazzi only caught Jackson and the leading lady. In reality, nearly all the female crew members on set were dragged in by Jackson that day, under the guise of celebrating the birthday. It was actually to help him test his cakes and wines. He even shamelessly said it was field research, and everyone should actively contribute to science. I can't even. I truly can't. This post led to a flood of comments from fellow actors. Even the assistant director from that time chimed in, collectively accusing Jackson. Haha, that day I thought I'd violated some divine rule, and God was going to smash me with a cream cake. Seeing these 2 words makes me feel uneasy. I'll always remember this 26th birthday because I had 16 cakes. No one dares to say it. Right. Well, I will. His cakes just aren't good. Don't blame teacher Marsha Dickens for complaining. I agree. It felt like eating jelly beans that day, never knowing whether the next bite would be a disaster. The nosy netizens are all cracking up, and I, a simple girl, was touched but also utterly embarrassed. Jackson, your love sickness really needs treatment. I won't give up on you. As I was transitioning from red to pale, I finally wrapped up my schedule for the night. Thankfully, Michael helped shield me from a lot of unwanted interviews. Otherwise, my awkward toes might fulfill this year's National Construction Industry KPI. I was surrounded by media and fans as I made my way outside the venue. Amid the noise, I heard someone calling out Jackson's name in a certain direction. Suddenly, the dark crowd spontaneously parted to create a narrow path, allowing me to see what was happening. Jackson, dressed in a stylish piece lapel suit, his shirt collar was slightly open, hinting at the outline of his collarbone. His physique was indeed eye-catching, towering over the fans around him. In the next moment, he struck that familiar, mischievous pose, raising his eyebrow and gesturing towards me. He asked, "Wife in the rumors, want to go home together?" For some reason, the world seemed to mute, leaving only a persistent white noise in my ears. Suddenly, I understood the meaning behind his Weibo caption. Standing on the award stage was my dream, while holding my hand publicly as we went home was his. The main text ends here. Little Theatrix. June the 31st, 2024. Jessica Tommy, Congratulations to you both. Jessica, Tommy, I had no idea you were married. So sorry for the rudeness. Truly. Me, it's fine. It's all in the past now. Jessica, Tommy, by the way, if you don't mind, could you help me get a Polaroid of you two as a couple? Jessica, Tommy, I saw this new event is only picking 50 fans, and I registered 800 accounts but still didn't get in. Jessica, Tommy, please, I'm begging you. JPG. Jessica, Tommy, if it doesn't work out, that's okay. Jackson floated by from behind and glanced at my phone. What's up? Me, oh, nothing. Just a die-hard fan turned couple shipper Tilda. November the 2nd, 2024. On a whim, I decided to try and guess Jackson's phone password. My birthday. No. His birthday. No. Wedding anniversary. Nope. Debut date. Not that either. Ha. Jackson, think carefully about where you're burying your secrets. I pressed random buttons in frustration and then, it actually unlocked. What the hell? Frowning, I interrogated him. Jackson, what does the password 123,456 mean? Jackson smirked. Because when you can't guess it, you'll just mash buttons until it works. HMM. Do you think you're funny? July the 16th, 2025. Jackson stopped me from wearing spicy outfits out on the street. That's -3 points on my scoreboard. I have to hint that he's being too controlling. I leaned in stealthily. You've been doing great on your diet lately. Jackson, having eaten low-fat meals for a month for a new role, really? Where? I haven't noticed. I retorted fiercely, your chest. It's gotten narrower. Jackson,